Hi everyone. So I'm going to pull the first card and we have the Seven of Wands. So the Seven of Wands is um it's about feeling like you need to defend yourself. So um it's not it's not so much about conflict like the five is, but you're feeling defensive. Someone's made you feel defensive. Um whether whether you really have to be defensive or not is up for debate. It may be sort of a visceral reaction you have from a past experience that's making you feel like you need to defend yourself, or there really could be um, that you do need to answer to something. Um, so I'm just going to move on to the next one and get some context. Interesting. So we have the Judgment card. So the Judgment card um, asks you to. It's a card that's a culmination of something, and it comes to a point where you are making a decision about how you feel everything is, and whether you're going to stay, move on. Um, you're in charge of this decision. Unlike the Justice card, which is more out of your control, sort of more like karmic justice, this is a little bit more where you're in control. So if you follow the rules and everything, you should have a good outcome. But if you feel like things are not going right, you may make a decision, make a judgment about how things are, and decide to move into a different direction. So I'm going to pull the next card, kind of flying through this reading, but let's see. So the Three of Cups comes up when you're feeling very supportive. It often shows three women. Um, so threes talk about a group. Um, so people in this group are usually very supportive. You feel emotionally secure and supportive with these people. It can point to needing to come together with other people, that the group is better than, having three minds is better than one. So it's a good card for cooperation and working together, and you'll accomplish more together than the three people would individually. Um, so it's a positive omen, but it does ask you to be open to other people and their contribution, and working with them, and working towards a common goal, and having, going into that with a positive outlook. So I just want to look at the cards together. Um, so you're feeling we're gonna feel like we need to defend something this week. I guess it's always good to really. I like to ask other people for their opinions, maybe do some journaling, really look at the situation and think, now, am I just feeling defensive, or do I really need to defend myself? Like, is this really a fight, or am I overreacting? Um, and if you do feel like you need to defend yourself, be very thoughtful about how to do that. So I think that's where the Judgment card is going to come into play here. Um, Sometimes I read the middle card as the stronger card, and the two other cards as more of a supporting card. So if you're in a situation where you need to dole out judgment, make a judgment about things, um, you really need to look at the situation as objectively as possible, and try to take away your own emotion. We talk about that a lot in the tarot cards. Remove your emotion, although we don't have a sword card, um, and try to look at things as objectively as possible before you make your judgment, because this Judgment card is a major arcana, and it's right near the end of the major arcana card. So you're coming toward completion of something. So you really want to look back at all your experiences in this situation, everything, all your experience you've gathered that you can tap into, and very carefully consider and weigh the big picture. This is a big picture card, and try not to get too focused on, if one person's being defensive or trying to making you feel defensive. Try to not focus solely on that, but look at the really the big whole picture. And then it's also reminding us that we can accomplish a lot more often if we join together in a group. We don't have to always be doing things alone. Like this I think it's a badger, and this card feels alone there, trying to defend itself. So if we can come together in a group, we can often feel supported, and it's not, we don't have to go it alone. We can join together, and often a common goal, if we can find a common goal and remember that we're all working toward the same thing, you can often work in a group a lot easier than if everyone's spending time trying to defend their position. And that way they can work together. You can come towards some sort of judgment or agreement about the situation. So I think the lesson for this week is just that, when you're trying to make a big decision, remember to really try to be objective and look at the big picture, ask for other people's input. And, you probably don't have to go alone. Maybe you feel like you're always doing things alone, but remember, trying to enlist the help of others and working in a group can sometimes be really supportive and positive. And I think we need to bring that energy into the situation